So, according to you, which parenting style is most effective in fostering emotional intelligence and self-regulation in a child?
Yeah, so there are a lot of parenting styles here we are talking about, and authoritative is something that I do not, advocate about. An authoritative style is somebody, where the parents are will just come into, and they will just instruct, okay, do this, this room should be clean, this should be this. So that is not a very, a style which is and in today's generation it doesn't work like that, definitely. Then there is very submissive style of parenting, so where everything is asked by the child. So I'll give you an example. So there is a lady who is a mother of a 3-year-old, and she is asking the child, and this is also in an environment where they have gone to somebody's house, and the guest is serving a lot of good food, but the mother says, oh, my child doesn't eat this. Will it be okay if I cook noodles, because she wants to eat noodles, and she asks in front of the host that आपको ये नहीं खाना, no problem, I will make noodles for you. तुम्हें noodles खाने? Okay. So this is a very submissive kind of a style. Okay, if they are asking you, if adults around a child are going somewhere, and all the kids are also going, but this kid doesn't want to go, and the mother is like, oh, okay, we will not go because she doesn't want. Instead of giving a logic, instead of logically understanding why she doesn't want to go, instead of actually discussing the whole thing, there the parent is just submitting to whatever the child is saying. So there we need to obviously see that this is not a great style of parenting, because here the parent is always scared of the child. No, okay, we will be very submissive. Okay, you don't want to do this, we will not do it. Please listen to the child, understand why, and discuss. And you also, the child has to also understand why I must eat what the host is serving, or I must also go when everybody else is going. So these kind of logical understandings you have to put in the child. Right. The child is not born with it, right? So we are the ones who have to give this thing. So this is submissive style. Now the third style is something which is absolutely a balance, where we are creating a balance. We are submissive also, and we are authoritative also. The parents have to understand that they are the authority, they are the final authority for the child, and we have to be firm with the children at most of the times, right? And if you are being submissive with the children, they will just create you're not creating a very sound personality. So a parenting style which is a combination of both submissive and authoritative is the ideal style, where the parents take the charge of the children, and they understand them, and they try to give them logic, and it's a very healthy parenting style.
So there are parents who try to modify their approach towards the child. Like sometimes they know that they are submissive, and sometimes they know that they are too much authoritative. So what should parents do? Be aware of when they are trying to modify their parenting approach for the child.
Yeah, so definitely they have to understand the child's perspective as well. And I always feel that when a parent who is who understands his child would be able to make him also understand all these things. So in this case, in this scenario, I feel if you are trying to modify your parenting styles, it should be child driven, right? But keeping your parenting intact. Do not just be very submissive, and do not put the entire responsibility of every decision on the child, right? So I have to decide as a parent what are the areas where I can take the child's choices, and what are the areas where I have to decide for the child. For example, today, what do you want to wear today in the party? Of course, let me give the choices to the child. Choices are a wonderful way. Now, when we give controlled choices to the children, what happens here is that the instructional control is still in the hands of the parent.
Right.
But what is happening is that the child feels that yes, I am able to
Yes,
decide.
I'll be
So
the
if
one
the
to
parent, yes, so the parent wants, so
Hmm.
subtly if he can give the choice of 5 dresses to the child, and those 5 dresses, out of those 5 dresses, those are your choices. Just remember that, right? But the child is going to be ultimately choosing. So
Right.
when you give this kind of a, then again the control is in your hands. Okay, so here I am giving the freedom of choosing. I am making the very important life skill in a child, which is decision making
Right.
for the child. So the child is able to decide how and when I can, I can exercise my decisions also, right? Again, but in a case scenario where I said that there are, there is a family outing or something, and they decide that we all are going, there the child has to go. If it is a 3 or 4 year old child we are talking about, we cannot give the responsibility to, oh, he doesn't want to go, okay. So I will also not go. We have to sit and explain to the child, and we have to, oh, we are going to have so much fun, and Chacha is going to bring us this, and Chachi will do this. So we have to do the incitement part, and those kind of role playing you have to keep doing with the child. You have to encourage the child.
Right.
And for in the other example also, like I gave you, the mother just decided. I mean, instead of the child is just right now building the patterns. Is doesn't have maybe the child has not been exposed to the dishes also. So many dishes are laid in the in front of the child, and maybe the child doesn't even know the taste. So instead of getting into, oh my god, let's try this, wow, auntie has made such lovely yummy dishes, instead of doing this, if the mother says, oh, my child will never eat this because he would share, he wants to have noodles, so I will make noodles, it's okay. But what are you giving the child? You are telling the child that it's okay. We will always listen to you. We are always going to be submissive to you. No, that's a very wrong style of parenting.
So we talked about parenting styles. There is also neglectful parenting, and how does that affect a child's emotional regulation and behavior?
A lot, a lot. A neglectful parenting is a concern, and it's a cause of most of the social emotional concerns that the children, and they grow up as adults. So they definitely have that emotional void that they are carrying in the adulthood. And it is going to be a huge cause of concern when they build their relationships and their careers, everything. Their life is going to be affected hugely, definitely.
So moving on to the last question. What are some common challenges parents face when they are trying to understand a child, and how should they overcome them?
Okay, so when you're trying to understand your child, please seek what interests the child the most. Yeah, and in the early years, if we are talking about the early years, definitely a child's development depends on a lot of sensory stimulation. So try to engage all your 5 senses of the child and do activities that are related, because see, like for example, tactile activities. Your skin is the largest organ in the whole body. So an early learner would learn a lot with his hands or with the touch. So do not allow the child to explore. Allow the child to explore. Give controlled choices to the child. That's going to really help building in the decision making. Let the child fall. And when I say let the child fall, it means do not solve the problems for the child. Let the child face the problems, and let the child come out with the problems. And often, a lot of times parents just, they take over their children like anything. And these days it is, seen that when in the school scenario, the mothers or the parents want to be completely aware of each and every activity their child is doing in the schools as well. So often, the parent is talking to the teachers or talking to their and the child is observing all those things. Yeah, and when the child is observing these kind of things, they know that whatever I do is being reported to the teachers, and whatever the teachers are talking between in between them, they are being reported to the parent. So often you will see a lot of behavioral concerns that happens in the children are because either they want to send this message to the parents that I behave like this in the school, or also at home, these kind of things happen. So there are a lot of we feel that the children are not listening or not observing, they are observing every little minutest of your action, and they are aping them sometimes, and they are copying them sometimes, and sometimes they are being very smartly using and manipulating them as well. So we have to be mindful as a very, mindful parenting is something that we have to exercise.